just making sure. Alright, I think this line of playing actually gives us a fair shot at winning. We have exactly the perfect mana, and we know everything about what he's going to do. And hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today we're continuing with the Dimir, trying to make Dimir work in the current meta. And today it actually kinda worked, because we won all but one game, and this one game, oh man, I messed up. You will see exactly what I mean, but it was really entertaining, so it will be included, don't you worry. So this is Dimir Control, the standard control, and what do we do about the sweepers, because we do not have good, mid-hook sweepers. We went with Karn, Sylex and Path of Peril. We are mainly Karn, Sylex deck, with some addition of Path of Peril, because this is a good synergy, right? Because Raffine Tower is basically a 2-mana land tapped, so we might play as well this one instead of the other ones, and this gives us 3 white, which means that Path of Peril can go for the cleave version, and sometimes it's all that you need to win the game. So I kinda liked it. In the end of the intro I will tell you what I think about those two choices. And yeah, other part of the deck is Rona Vortex. I wanted to use this one instead of a cut downs, because I think it's a bit more, efficient against planewalkers. And early game, sometimes bouncing is all that we need, because we run quite a lot of counterspells, we run a lot of sweepers, and we have heavy card advantage. We have 4 First for Discovery, 3 Memory Deluge, Silver Scrutiny, Teferi, Sorin, and also Bladecoil Serpent that shined during one of the games like a star. So we should be okay as long as we don't die, so that's why I went for the Vortex instead of the cut down. Otherwise we have quite a lot of counterspells, not the most because you cannot go too heavy on them, but 7 counterspells including Negate is already pretty heavy in this meta. Otherwise we have removal, March. March is one of the reasons we don't go for the cut down, because as long as we survive few turns we should life gain enough to just enable our late game. So that's why we run March of Wretched Sorrow. Other than this, we have as a finisher Teferi, Bladecoil Serpent and Sorin. If you feel it's not enough, you can switch one Teferi into Hullbreaker Horror. I kinda like this version, and usually they scoop anyway without seeing WinCon. But yeah, I think that's enough. But if you feel this is short on win cons, just include the Hullbreaker, maybe even instead of Serpent. It's much less cool, but it's really efficient. So this is the deck, and about the sweepers, you will see I will include this losing game because you can clearly see the difference between the Sylex and Path of Peril, and I have to say maybe it should be in reverse. Maybe there should be 4 Path of Perils and 2 Karn Sylex. I haven't decided yet, but if you are thinking about crafting those, be careful, because they have clear weaknesses, you will see in the video, and well, we are trying to make it work, but Farewell is just king of removal right now, and we do not have access to it. So this is the deck, I hope you will like it. Don't forget to subscribe if you support Dimir Madness on this channel, because we really want to make it work and we are trying our best. So if you appreciate it, don't forget to subscribe. And with that being said, let's go into the games, and I really hope you will have fun. Perfect. Getting all of my expensive cards in the opening hand, perfect. I think we have to mulligan it. It's not a good hand, only Syncopate is good here. Also we don't have lands, so we still might get mana screwed. Alright, see ya Bladecoil. Not for this game unfortunately. Oh wow, what a crazy start. Who would expect the ladder full of mountain into haste creature? Magic, magic, what have you become? What have you become? Right, MRF, you remember better times. This is why I was happy with the mono black meta. Like, at least we were allowed to play the game. Like, if midrange is the meta deck, you can actually play the game. So our opponent is going into full value mode with his aggro deck, which absolutely sounds normal. And we need to survive. We absolutely need to survive. It will be the Painland. It might pain us, but it will be still worth it. I wonder how he will play it, because so far he's not applying any pressure. Alright, that's pretty good. After all of this, he's down to 4 cards basically. And Kumano is an annoying card, so I think it's worth the damage. Especially that we activate Dissipate. Dissipate will be so painful. I think key to this game will be Sorin. Because of the life gain and flying, so he can negate all of this stuff in the board. You know, aggro deck that is super deadly also has card advantage, just in case you missed any part of being the dominant meta deck. Alright, enough with the run Sloth. So we have the counterspell, we have the march, we have some more time. Jokes aside, given he was drawing so hard, he didn't apply enough pressure early game. So it means that we can actually play slower than he expects. So this will get burned if we play this. I think we can live with the cheek. So that was the turn we really wanted to see first for Discovery. So we absorb all of the damage. So the idea how to win this game, we need to negate all the creatures that are scary and deal damage consistently, and we allow all the burn spells that hit us once and never come back. Because this is how, like, even if all of this is play with fire, it's 10 damage and he has 0 cards. So as long as we can counter, you know, the recurring teams, like this one, so we need to counter it, otherwise he gets the value. We pay 1 life, we are not happy, but we need to do it. It's just 2 cards in 1. You know, the traditional aggro value deck. It's so ridiculous in a way. Alright, so he wants to hit our face. Sorin is the finisher. We need to make sure that the burn spells are out. And he probably we want him tapped out probably, because then we know exactly. Like if he wants to answer the Sorin while being tapped out, it means he needs to break his next turn in half. So that's way more scary than just killing Sorin at the end step. That's a lie. Okay, sure. Scary, but according to plan so far. According to plan. I think this is the play. Bro, what's up with the Painlands? We cannot believe Auto-Tapper. Auto-Tapper is on to get us. That's the story. So now he cannot burn with Lightning Strike at the end step, and the Vampire means it's much harder to deal with. And we still have the Rona Vortex, in case something super scary, like, I don't know, Reckless Stormseeker or whatever. Alright. We actually will bounce the Phoenix Chick if he doesn't play anything more scary. That's 1 damage. Probably a smart play, just to negate the Vampire token. And let's see the target. So he really wants to get rid of Sorin, which I'm not surprised. I mean, this is the most inefficient play ever seen in Magic, but we will still do it, because it saves Sorin, so it basically gives us the card. I really hope the card that we will draw with Sorin won't hurt us. Baby, don't hurt me. I mean, I'm not doing it. Alright, I might be brave, but I'm not so brave. By the way, nice... Oh, that definitely was not a bug. So right now, even though we didn't draw a card, we force the Vampire token, right? And that's a big deal. And we can play like this. Because it removes the last creature on the board. So if he has burn spells, he needs to dedicate... Yeah? Told you, Sorin was the key to this matchup because of the life gain, and if we played it on the first turn when we had 4 mana and he was all the open mana, we would just get it Lightning Strike, but we needed to bait them onto our face. Alright, and on this opening hand we see exactly the problem with Dimir deck on the draw. So if this is mono red, look at our cards. Nothing. Literally 0 card hand. Do we mulligan? That's the question, because against anything that is not an aggro, this is amazing hand, but let's be honest, it will be aggro, and Negate is out. I mean, that's the ladder experience, right? Oh, I guess we are against Mono Blue, so we have a little bit more time. Like, that's the problem, even if it's not... Okay, never mind. So this is probably Rona Vortex, but that's a problem. So we need to answer it as soon as possible. I think we need to slow it down. It will kill us so quickly. We need to draw into some kind of removal before it happens. So let's get rid of Raffine Tower, use this turn. Then we can play first for Discover and hopefully draw a removal, because we need removals for this kind of... Oh, nice. He's not doing it. Alright. We have a first shot. By the way, this should be a basic land. We have one for the thing. Alright, I'm scared. Please don't play a land. Nice. So we definitely play. We need to hit removal. Removal wins this game. All we need is to hit a removal right now. Of course we didn't. Just to be sure. Removal. Removal. I already mulliganed for removal. Like, we cycled through around 20 cards without hitting one. So... Not super happy about it, especially that Karn's Sylex is not... So his hand was absolutely... He would probably explode after a single removal card, but it works if your opponent never gets any. You know, in deck designed to remove creatures. Alright, so he goes for the March, it protects from the Sylex. Not the most efficient play, but he definitely just wants to develop, because he's slowed down early game, and he tries to abuse the fact that we cannot draw the correct cards. We still cannot. Oh my god, we will hit the Bladecoil Serpent faster than we hit a single remover in our deck. This is one of the issues with having Chrono Vortex instead of Cut Down. Cut Down, to be fair, would win us the game right now. Alright, so we played this. Do we go for Sorin into a Vampire? Or we just draw a lot of cards? I think we draw a lot of cards. We need to hit something that kills creatures. And we have first trigger with Sylex, pretty cheap, so we need to follow it up with more stuff. 6 damage is already way too good for us. Alright, and this is the thing. I'm not sure if he plays counterspells, they usually do not play 2 mana. Alright, smart, smart. Our opponent is playing actually really good. He's waiting for any kind of, you know, interaction, and then he makes sure that we cannot use Sylex on his Virtuoso. However, this is the turn. I'm not sure how we play this one out. Yeah, we definitely do the thing at the upkeep. And we need at least 4 mana to do it, so let's end the turn here. He has only 1 blue. If we let him draw, we cannot answer to second island, and if he has second island, he wins. But with a 1 island, there is a strong chance that he cannot. So he's wasting all the protection spells super... What? Why would you play both of them? Like, you only play this aggressively if you have abundance of all this stuff, but... Alright, I revoke my statement about him playing great. I mean, that's a Syncopate, and those were your 2 key cards, my friend. Yep, that's the explosion. Man, he messed up. I expected this Syncopate to go... Like, he actually could win the game. If you are learning, guys, he should leave this slip out the back to protect against Sylex, and then he would have additional cards for, you know, Syncopate would go on this. Alright, opponent goes first. We have March and some Silexes. Let's see how good Path of Peril will be. And it will definitely be helpful. Not a great draw, that's for sure. I probably should have gone for the Swamp just for theoretical March. I'm not sure if there's anything we want to remove it with it, because we could sacrifice Sorin for it. Alright, so we know the timing for Path of Peril. Probably when they transform we need to Path of Peril. That's pretty important. And we probably don't want Conscript to come back. Yep, that's 2 damage. Man, we are already at 16. It's going really fast. So, we will see, We got Swamp, that's really important. Alright, that explains it. Like, I thought there shouldn't be extra swing on this one, right? I mean, those are 2 additional attacks. So I think it's worth it. We are not super on the value, but it gives us way more time. Because then we get our turn cycle, then it transforms, and there's another cycle. And as you can see, there will be a lot of pressure anyway. So we just need to make sure that we survive, basically. So we can go Karn, Sylex, or we can go Path of Peril. Honestly, it is Karn Sylex, but not for the explosion effect. It's just to prevent the underdog from going off. Like, this is the turn, so we will take a huge hit, 5 damage to the face. That's why we needed to march this conscript. Otherwise we would get, I think, 2 extra swings and we would be at 6, which is lethal for invoke. Disperse. Alright, so this is the play. So he wants to have the Sylex down, then he goes for double conscript. That's actually not the best for us. Yeah, so he gets double conscript after we sweep. It doesn't pay life, so it can be activated with the Sylex on board. So we will get hit for 4, then we play Sorin, I guess. Well, already seeing some of the issues with the card, but still we get some value. Unfortunately, this was one of the reasons to maybe not play Sylex, because it helps us, but it shows our opponent our game plan. So even if he didn't know about Path of Peril, I mean, we can remove it, but then he gets the underdog, right? So we need to choose. I think going with the Sorin is a bit better. By the way, 3 mana Cardo, it's already too stressful to just play it. We are under so much pressure. We are basically only playing like sweeper thingies. I really do not want to get rid of the Sylex. It's really important, and I don't think he has invoked the spare. Yep, that's something else. Sure that. Alright, this is actually fine. Do I want to play this? I think it's still worth it. I think it's still worth it, because we will probably hit something, some basic with the first for discovery. Even if not, even one good card is a lot of value for us. But we cannot sacrifice Sylex before we have another one, just for the tenacious underdogs. So as you can see, he gave up the plan for going for the lethal. Now he tries to go for value, which is pretty amazing for us. Sleeper. Sleeper is a good card indeed. Let's get rid of the shorted, because this 2 life definitely matters. Let's draw our card. Told you. A basic. And this is the basic we probably do not play. I want to keep up the mana, honestly. So by not attacking we'll save more life. Told you. Well, like, Karn Sylex is anti-tenacious underdog. We need to play around this. So he can draw, I think, 1 card, but we can outdraw him. And then he cannot really attack except this guy. So we will get down to 5. He won't attack with this one. Yeah, only this one. So far, oh, he actually cannot draw a card. That's glorious. That's actually insanely important. We can probably clear the board at some point. Alright. Oh, that's scary. So now we know everything. We can as well go for the first for discover and try to refill. Well, that's some Sloth quality draw. Just drew 4 lands from the top in the most important part of the game. Like, casually. I mean, that's not exactly what I expected. Oh, the nervous laugh from someone drawing lands in the moment when he needs something else. Alright, better. As you can see, if we have enough time, we can cycle all of the bad cards. Even if we don't hit basic, we can just get rid of those 2. So, I think we should kill this. Then we do not have the Dissipate. We could also life gain, but then the tenacious underdogs are a problem. We can, fight 1, but not 2. So if I attack, it's not a big difference. I might give him the cards and then remove the sleeper. It will slow him down, and we still win the value game, I think. So yeah, I think we'll let him untap. Because if he wants to draw a card and get for additional lethal damage... Well, oh, okay, I forgot about the trigger from Okiba. So we will be forced, but it means we just probably go for the Sylex. Or we just kill it. No, I really think that it's worth it. I really think it's worth it. Because as long as we have time, we have way more value than he does. Alright, smart play by our opponent. He holds the mana for Conscript and Sleeper. That's actually not a great choice. Like, I guess he wants to avoid the untap, but I'm fine with it. Alright, and now we have definitely a lot of options. I actually should probably discard one of the counterspells. So what is the play? We activate it for 1. The Conscript comes back. We need to kill the Conscript, right? Alright, that will be all his mana. So we need to save 1 go for the throat. We will use 2 mana, we have 4 left. Then we dissipate his Tenacious Underdog. We kinda don't need the land, to be honest. A bit risky. But I'm confident. I'm kinda confident. Alright. Let's go for... Wow, it's not great because of the Conscript, but still the right play, right? Yeah, everything is 1, just making sure. Alright, I think this line of playing actually gives us a fair shot at winning. We have exactly the perfect mana, and we know everything about what he's going to do. And later, when we don't want to counter the Tenacious Underdogs, and I will actually do it now, because it might give him more confidence into playing aggressively, because he doesn't fear a counterspell. The more mana you have, generally the more they are scared. Alright, according to plan so far. And when we get bored with the Tenacious Underdogs, we just play the Sylex. And we are starting to stabilize the game that I think our opponent thought we cannot stabilize. So I kinda like the situation. Alright. As expected. Yeah, that's why we are using the counterspell. We need to counter quite a lot of stuff right now. And right now we just say go. We draw 1 removal a turn or 1 counterspell a turn. What we need? We need a card though. So this is a really good dissipate target, right? Nah. We have better tools. Also, if he kills it in response to Vortex, that's the one. That's the one. He's down to 2 cards. Alright. You got me interested. What will you do, my friend?
No more distractions.
Alright, perfect. So we go with Path of Peril because it had that moment. A cut down. Well, I guess he got a better end of this exchange. But still, we can get rid of Liliana. Why is it asking me for confirmation? Alright. Not sure. And we are both down to 1 card, but our card is a counterspell, and we have a lot of cardo in the deck. I mean, this is a pretty serious. So unless he top decks Invoke Despair, that should be winning move, I think. So let's go. Let's go for 0. We confirm, and now we tap. We draw a card. We discard a card, and I guess we discard the card because why not? Bladecoil Serpent, closing the game. He has only 1 draw to win this game. This is his only draw during the game. I will actually save this in case he hits Liliana. Alright, show me. How good at magic are you? We all think about Invoke Despair, don't we? Alright, Smork. The first Smork. Draws are definitely not the best right now. We probably need to counter creatures. Yeah, this is a definite counterspell target. He cannot play a land into Invoke Despair, so we are safe on this front, but we need to start drawing stuff. Smork. Make Disappear is a legit draw. It's not the best. And I'm playing that was a mistake. That was a huge mistake, because we still have 2 firsts for Discover, right? Yeah, so if we draw it, we will regret it. Alright. The race. We get the priority. Oh my god. Stop with the flute. Why cannot I draw any of my Memory Deluge, Silver Scrutiny or Teferi? Please, deck, I'm already halfway through. Alright. Smork. So we win the race right now, but he can force some interesting plays, it all depends on the top deck right now. Who gets better top decks? And I unfortunately know the answer, usually. Like, my top decks are this usually. My opponent's top decks, this into infinite cardo. Thank you, that actually makes a huge difference. Alright, and now very important decision. So I attack him, he's at 3. This token is lethal. So I think we just go short term on the value. And of course we attack. And I'm tryharding this one. We end the turn, because if we have a negate or make disappear, that makes all the difference. And that was enough. Man, this was really close, but Bladecoil Serpent definitely holding its wave. Alright, as long as we draw one single land, preferably untapped, it is a really good hand, but we need to draw a single land. If we don't, we lose all the advantage of going first. And after 2 turns of not drawing lands, we are going into full loss mode. But if we draw it, this is the perfect draw. This is actually the best draw of the deck. So we will play like this because we can tank basically 2 turns on these 2 lands. So it means that we can use Raffine Tower tapped to build toward the 4 mana. At the 4 mana we can start using Memory Deluge. Oh, I love it. I actually love that someone is trying to play this stuff. I think we can make it work. Alright, so let's think. Okay, I will go a bit aggressively here. This might not be the correct play, but you know what? If our friend is playing Assembler, like, I think he deserves some fun and we can play it a bit more loosely. In the worst case, we promote junk, so it's fine. Alright, I love it. I actually love it. Alright, so now we say go. So this is not a scary thing. That's the problem with the card. On its own, it's just not doing too much. And now we are prepared with all the counter spells. So we can basically negate 3 next cards and probably the 4th one would go for the throat, then refill. Alright, so he invested quite a lot of mana into this small creature. And this is the moment when we activate the Sylex and we say, nah-uh. So let's say, nah-uh. And let's see if he wants to protect it, because I have no idea what the deck is about yet. So far we know it's some kind of probably aggressive deck, because this is more attacking creature than anything else. I'm not sure. Garrick Warpro. Wow, this is the first time I've seen this card. So 6 mana 5/4 or just a Death Touch prototype? I mean, sure. I'm on a 13 turn timer, I guess. Nah. So we go with Make Disappear first because it's worse counterspell. A Syncopate is just much more better right now. 5 mana, and we are stuck on it. On the you know, not so bright side, he seems to be running exclusively artifact creature deck, and Go for the Throat will probably not shine this game at all. It might not hit a single creature in his deck, honestly. So he's playing a bit on the meta side, right? Because he knows he knows exactly what the popular removal is right now. Let's go for the Syncopate. By the way, I would love to use Memory Deluge right now, but I don't think we have luxury to do so. We basically need to trade all of our counterspells until, you know, he's down with the cards. And hopefully in time... Man, I actually... Ow, that hurts! Alright, whatever. I need my lands, like I cannot fall behind so much. Land and... Oh, those are really good cards. By the way, it's Swamp, not an island. So, March or Teferi? March, because we have Memory Deluge for the card advantage. And in case he plays something that is not a creature, we have Negate. In case it is something that is not an artifact, we'll go for the Throat. And if it's just a Death Toucher, we take the damage. 11 turns to go. I love it. I actually love it. Alright, this dies very nicely to the march. He draws a card. This pure card advantage, baby, and he probably drew a land right now. So this is just a double striker. He might have something to buff it. Oh, that's a nice draw. We'll probably go for the throat, honestly, just for mana efficiency. Yeah, we will. So my play is March, exiling this, and Silver Scrutiny to finally start hitting clans. This is my pain. I'm not hitting clans at all. Alright, 3 damage, easy. Guys, we need to win this. We cannot be smoked by prototypes with Goring Warplow. I kinda love this guy, like, for his approach. Exile target non-legendary, then return if it entered... It returns instantly, right? Perfect. Perfect. That's really good, because we get basically a free value. Oh, I see. I definitely knew about this. Right, I forgot it blinks as a full value. Draw a card is fine, but 4/4 means that we need to actually invest into March a little bit, so that was kinda a mistake on my part. But let's be honest, not the first one, not the last one. And we go for 3 random cards, because there will probably be a land among them. And as long as we hit a land, we are super happy. It's fine. It's so fine. Alright, so we actually have to remove this. So we go for 4. We exile go for the throat, because it enables our counterspells, which is the main deal. And we also have Memory Deluge. I really don't want to discard any of the lands. We are behind with the lands. And we need to make sure that we start to be ahead. No, maybe he has something to protect those. That would be interesting. Undying Malice. Probably the... Okay, I'm a bit scared right now. So if I don't counter it, I die. Absolutely planned. So planned. Alright, we are back to 12. 12 turn timer. So we have Sylex with a Path of Peril, but he has some control over the game. Man, I love this guy, he's actually playing all the cool cards. I actually want to lose him just to promote junk right now. Alright, that's still Seraph. So put one of the whatever. I should probably run the thing, or read the thing. Why do I see the card? Is this revealing at the beginning of your upkeep? Look at the top. Okay, he put the card on top of his library. Great. Sloth finally caught up with what's going on. And I will Memory Deluge main phase. Those are really bad cards. So we didn't get a lance enough early game, and we are getting flooded a little bit right now. So he will play this, right? Because he really likes the double strike. I think we have to go for this one. We basically need to wait. Like, we have white mana, we need Path of Peril right now, and Sorin is great at mitigating a lot of damage. So he will transform the thing. Also, this is the literally first time ever I have seen the transformation, and I love it. So we are trying to go for some kind of sweeper action right now, and we'll see how he plays with Sorin. As long as he doesn't remove Vampire, which his deck doesn't really do, it seems, we should have quite a lot of time. There is a lot of damage, but we have the lifelink. I think I will try to protect the Sorin. Because if I draw Path of Peril, we win the game, right? So this is the draw we just want to hit. And this will be a token. I mean, that's pretty cool. I should probably read what this does, right? Copy of another target attacking creature, Serpent. Oh, it creates 2 tokens if that's one of the things. So he's attacking very nicely. It means we can block like this then, to prevent the most damage, basically. So we got hit for 1, but let's go for Path of Peril, we definitely need it. Did I butcher this game? I probably did, right? So Rona, yeah, this was our early game. We needed this and lands first, then we could go for all those memory deluge. Instead, we didn't have enough mana to play those cards, and then we got flooded with a lot of lands with not a single sweeper. And we didn't hit any Sylex or any other card. But let's see, it might not be over yet, but it's a lot of damage, right? I think we bounce the Urza, and then we get hit for 7 for exactly 10? Really? Exactly 10? Maybe he doesn't attack with something. Oh, that sucks, because this is exactly the right amount of damage. If we had 1 life more, we would live another turn, and that would be huge. Because then we can start doing cards, a lot of them. So let's hope that he doesn't attack with at least one of the creatures. And the token is not... Alright, can we mitigate more in some way? Like, not really, this is the highest damage, right? Because it removes 8 damage basically. Alright, so we need to play this first, and we need to hit another Rona Vortex, and then we survive. And then we can hit Path of Peril. Told you. Easy. Karn Sylex, it will be a bit brutal. So, for this reason, I think we actually go like this. Right, he can replay it, but he loses the copying effect. And we also not get hit by 3 damage, so I think that's something. Alright, so the ability fizzles. And now we have to go like this. It also means he cannot... if we get rid of this one, it's a bit more value, but let's preserve our life. We need to hit Path of Peril from the top. How much? It's 3, right? Yeah. Alright, pretty scary, not gonna lie. And that's a combat treasure, our arch nemesis. Oh no, the prototypes, and that's a land. That's a land. And guys, clearly, you can see the difference between Karn Sylex and Farewell. Unfortunate. If we had Farewell, all we do is just sweep everything and we win the game probably, because we still have the counterspell to prevent his next play. Then we refill with Memory Deluge and we are taking over the game. However, with Karn Sylex it's a bit different. So, if we cycle into Path of Peril, we actually have enough mana to play this. So let's try. This is our out. And our opponent already knows that we are in trouble, because when you see Dimir Mage cycling his answers after tanking for 2 minutes, you know he decided he doesn't have anything. I mean, I would really prefer it to not be tapped moment we play it. I have to include this game so you guys see also the weakness for the deck. And it was brutal. So we can counter it. We have all the tools that we need. But unfortunate, we fall too behind on the board. Honestly, it was my mistake, because I was too lenient on the combat treasure. I missed that it will blink into the full value card, and it was the start of the trouble. Otherwise, I would be able to keep up with his cards, I think. Don't remember the, you know, the ordering, but I think that would be the case. And let's give him a good game. That was really well earned, and I enjoyed this game still. I hope you guys too.